Folks, I got a request for you today. If you found your way here to my video, please hit that subscribe button for me. It will not cost you anything, and if you're worried about getting emails and notifications, just stay away from the bell. You don't have to turn those on, but you'll be subscribed, which will really help me. And if you find anything in the video that's interesting or that you like, please hit the like button as well, that thumbs up. It will open up a lot of opportunities for me once I can hit that 1,000 threshold, and hopefully YouTube will allow me to monetize, and it'll open up several different avenues for me to earn a little bit of money from it, which will help pay for cameras and SD cards and batteries and all the other stuff that goes along with me trying to self-film my hunts. So if you would, please help, and I thank you for it. Okay, so I'm out here turkey hunting this morning. I've been here all morning. It's getting kind of late for turkey hunting, and turkeys are just not gobbling today. They were gobbled a little bit on the roost, but they were so far out, I never heard a gobble on this 120 acre piece of property that I'm allowed to hunt. So it's not like I can go to them. There's another tract of land adjoining that I have. There's only 13 acres that I have permission to hunt, but they're way beyond that, which puts them on the other side of a golf course that's over there. So I can't do that. I did sit here most of the morning without hearing anything, no response to the calls, nothing. And so I decided to go on walkabout and stalk around the property a little bit to a couple of places where I keep cameras running year-round, and I know these are favorite hangouts of the turkeys. I mean, sometimes I'll get pictures off and on all day long, especially just before the season opens, of turkeys that they just hang out there. One of them is a food plot over here, and another one is another little it's a staging area back here on the property. They just love to hang out there, so I stalked my way through, carry my trusty binos with me, and my lid cam, and I've got a camera on the gun in case I were to get a shot. So I struck out. I didn't see a bird, nothing. Never saw a bird, never heard a bird, nothing out of them today. It was the same way yesterday, and I know a couple other people that have hunted property that's miles from here, and they had exactly the same thing yesterday. No birds, no gobbles. So I was thinking while I was stalking around using my binoculars, this would be a great time for me to do a video and give a couple of tips on how to use your binoculars. I know people who have been using binoculars for years who have no clue how to adjust them properly. They have no clue. I've shown it to people, and they're like, "Oh my God, I didn't know that's how you do that." So anyway, there's 3 adjustments on these binoculars right here, and this is just a typical pair of binoculars. These particular ones are Bushnell Legends, which if you can find them, this is a $300 pair of binoculars. You got a pair of $2,000 binoculars, I bet mine are just as clear, if not clearer, than yours. These are fantastic binoculars. All the Legends series things by Bushnell, I highly recommend them. I have several of the scopes. They're incredible. I've looked through them and looked through Leupold, and I can't see any difference in clarity. I've looked through these, and I've looked through Nikon's binoculars, and hands down, I'll go with the Bushnell Legends every time. Anyway, there are 3 adjustments on these binoculars. You've got your main adjustment knob here. which is the one you'll use most of the time. You've got your binoculars will do this. This is how you bring the two images together so it turns into one image for you. And then you've got another adjustment up here on one eyepiece. Okay, so on these particular ones, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. Let me take it off. If you can see that right here, these particular ones, all of them don't have this. But what that is a 0. And so you can, this ring, you can unlock this ring and you can turn this. So what it's for is so that you can adjust these properly to your eyes, and you can hand these binoculars to your buddy over here and he can take it and he can adjust them so they work for both of his eyes and hand them back to you, and you can go right back to 0 and you're right back where you started for you. So the proper way to adjust your binoculars is like this. You find you an object out there to focus on, and you use your main knob and focus your left eye. If you're, I've never seen a pair where the singular adjustment was on the left eye, but they may be out there, I don't know. So if the single adjustment on the eyepiece, if it was on the other eye, then you would adjust to the eye that it's not on. Okay, so you want to use that main adjustment for the one eye that does not have the singular focus. Okay, so once you've focused on that object with that eye, then you use this singular focus. You don't touch the knob. You use this singular focus to bring that other eye into focus on that same object. And once you've done that, your binoculars have been set to your eyes. And you don't have to touch that singular adjustment anymore. You can just turn your main adjustment and you should always be in focus with both eyes. So that's how it works. And of course, once you focus on once you bring them up to your eyes, the first thing you're going to do, you're going to adjust them like this so that you have so you're seeing one image. And so once you've done those three things, once you've got them adjusted to your eyes, and you bring it into one single image, you're done with your adjustments. Now you can use your binoculars. Okay, so now I've got another tip for you. You won't believe what you can see through with these things. And what I mean by that is if you're looking out through foliage, let's say you're coming up on a food plot or an open field, and you're in the woods trying to stay concealed, and you want to see what's out there in that field or that opening. What you can do is take your binoculars and focus on a tree or some object that is at the distance you want to see. Even though there's a bunch of stuff between you and that area, focus on something that's at the distance you want to see. And you'll be absolutely amazed when you look out through these binoculars, even though you're looking through bushes and foliage and whatnot, you'll be amazed at what these will open up for you, what you can actually see as long as they're focused right. Only the objects that are at the distance you focused on are going to be clear to you, and that's what makes all the difference. It's amazing what you can see through. So keep that in mind, and learn how to use your binoculars the way they're supposed to be used, and you'll see a lot more through them. So there you go.